Alright guys, here we are in the war table. I almost forgot to talk to Dag. Well, I did forget originally. Looks like we have also new things in here.
Mix and match, pick your batch.
Oh, better staff upgrades and, well, other weapons too. Oh, and armor. Yeah, I don't really care about the mage armor of the dragon. That shit looks ugly and tacky as fuck. Dagna, do you got anything to say?
Something strange for you, Inquisitor. You're used to that by now, right?
Sure.
Your worship?
Can you think of any other tasks suitable for the Chargers?
A few Orlesian nobles didn't like how things ended at the Winter Palace. They're not rebelling outright, but they've brought in mercenary companies in preparation. The Chargers have a good reputation. If we go in, we can buy the companies out from underneath them. The nobles will lose the men they meant for causing trouble, and the Inquisition gets some fresh blood.
We'll talk later.
Wow, Krem, I'm so glad you and the Chargers are so useful in this game. You're only useful for war table operations, so fleshed out.
You know I've got no problem with Orlesians, but Halam Sharal was a mess. At least under the Qun, you don't get everyone tripping on each other's dicks while the country goes to crap.
Corypheus had agents sowing dissent and muddying the waters.
That's just it. Orlais is so vulnerable. If you killed everyone in the Triumvirate, the Qun would survive unchanged. I don't know. The Qun isn't perfect, but it doesn't care what any single person wants. Orlais is full of people who care about nothing else. I can't understand how those women in the kitchen can be awake so early after the night we had.
I didn't understand the Grand Ball. It would have been easier if they said what they wanted.
That would have made everything much simpler.
The colors were pretty, though.
Okay, I'm gonna go through these and see if I can actually complete this hoarding daggers thing. I don't even know why.
Someone found
Like,
a barrel full of misplaced.
yeah.
They were safe
They were
there.
safe there.
Safer than on someone's belt, where they could draw them in the heat of an argument.
They would have been sad later.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
Yes.
Well, I guess that's it. Well, let's talk again. Maybe he'll have something.
She's still behind the curtains in the reading room, watching the blood pool on the floor.
Oh, that sounds like something I would do. That sounds awesome.
One for the Empress, for Gaspar, Briala, the Duchess, and Corypheus, right in the dangle bag.
All right, you're clearly annoyed. What can I do?
You're doing fine. It's the dead piled up in Halam Sharal that's nagging at me. A cook here, a footman there. What's it matter, right, so long as there's a butt for the throne? A pretty one, sure. But how many lives are worth one Empress's arse? Ugh, that place. Should have just thrown in some bees and slammed the doors.
And that would accomplish what exactly?
Stinging around the face and neck? Can't assassinate Empresses if your eyes swell shut. I don't know. But I'm just trying to get this junk out of my head. These people, they're the worst. Ugh, you know the most important thing I got out of all of that mess? The one thing. You can't dance.
But you know what? Maybe if I wasn't saving the world, maybe I'd know how to eventually. Ooh.
You're the one who doesn't know how to follow a good lead.
Ooh, got him!
Oh, leading and following. Save it for a fancy who thinks wines taste different. You tired of talking? I'm tired of talking. Want to do something about that?
Well, I'm not gonna say no, but I mean, I'm not tired of talking. We could do something else, sure.
I was wondering when you'd finally ask.
Can't rush all these feelings. Have to work it out. All right, done.
Wait, what? I have no idea what just happened.
Oh, you. Not you. Not now.
What?
Sarah?
What did I do this time?
Sarah!
I don't want to talk. Go away. I said go. Away.
But what is...
I saw you dead. You led all of this right up Carriffy shit's face, and then the Herald went home to Andraste.
What the
It
fuck?
was last night, clear as anything, even with eyes shut. You, in the void, gone. I can't see it again. I can't be with you and see that again.
Oh, so she had a fucking nightmare or something?
I am not getting in trouble for a nightmare that fell out of your head.
Oh, right. Because how could dreams matter when friggin' holes into friggin' dreamland are frigging everywhere? Dreams show stuff. Stuff I don't want to think about, which is hard because I want to think about you. A lot. You don't act like nobles. I love that. You don't hide. I love that. Maybe you can take or leave cookies. Fine. Still love that. And just look at you. Just love that. But seeing this really hurt. I'm fighting to make things better and learn truth and shit, and it just keeps getting scarier.
It was just a dream. A damn dream.
That doesn't matter. You made me care about you, and now I could lose that.
No, you won't.
But I could.
It was a dream.
It could happen. You don't know.
Maybe I don't know how it all ends, but I know you're worth it. Is that love enough? Or will you run?
What?
We really need a bigger gap between fighting and kissing. So, never going to die? Right. Love is so much better.
Oh, okay. Really? Want to be divine? Married?
Sarah, it's the best.
Honey tongue, you. Honey tongue.
I have no idea what just happened.
Honey tongue.
Is that my new fucking nickname? Are you kidding me, bro? Sir Morris?
Oh, my maker, you cannot imagine how many letters I've received about the fracas at Halam Shiral. Fortunately, you tied twice as many threads as cut, although it is yet bewildering at the center.
Like, who the fuck are you?
How's it going? Do we have what we need?
With Skyhold shining like a beacon? You name it, it's here or on the way. I've wrung out the slackers, given them what for. I think I like this job.
There are problems coming out of Halam Shiral.
There are always problems from Halam Shiral. We've lost a few contracts, but more than made up for it. Although, if a few commendations were given, it might retie some severed threads. I couldn't suggest how. That is better decided at your war table, and I'm not going near that thing.
Yeah, no one really likes it, do they? Negotiate a deal for weapon plans. Man, how cool would it be though if you could, like, if your army that you saw in the game actually fucking mattered. Like, you know, let's say, you know, at the start of the game, right? You know, they're just nothing more basically than a militia. That black person with the white fucking hair, that looks so weird. Okay. But anyway, it's like, you know, you start with like a militia, they've got garbage gear and everything, and then, you know, maybe over the course of the game, the missions you do, maybe the war table operations that can give them access to new gear, and if you could actually see that, and if they actually did perform differently, that would be so fucking awesome. Like, what are they wearing? Like, just some piece of flimsy metal and a shitty ass sword. This guy looks like he just has a dagger. Like, just better gear overall from things like that. That'd be cool. Oh, the surgeon, hey.
I wonder what it is that gives Grey Wardens their legendary skill and stamina. I should like to study one. Would that fine fellow I've seen in your company consent to a careful examination?
I have to go get him back for you, bud.
Have you heard of the new procedures coming out of Orlais? A hole drilled into the skull will cure most ailments. Imagine not to be dependent on magic.
You know, that actually doesn't help get the spirits out, surgeon.
Your worship.
Okay, yeah, that's a bad fucking idea. That is a total narc.
It's just as I remember it.
You didn't tell me you'd been here before.
The hero Ferelden and I came here after the Blight to visit Justinia. She was just Dorothea then, a revered mother.
It's peaceful here. You must have good memories of this place.
It was a place of comfort. It is good to see it still untouched by Corypheus.
Liliana, is that you?
Sister Natalie, what are you doing here? I thought you were in Val Rayo.
No, I've been here since Justinia died. This place makes me feel like she's still with us.
Inquisitor, this is Natalie, a trusted friend.
Wait, Inquisitor? You brought the Inquisitor here? My lady, forgive me for not recognizing you earlier.
I wish more people would fail to recognize me.
Oh, I see.
Natalie, listen. There is something hidden here. Something Justinia left for me.
Oh, really? What is it?
I don't know, but we'll find it. I'm curious to see what brought us all here. Justinia's letter came with instructions for me. They were a little cryptic. Always remember that faith sprung from a barren branch. That light has no fear of darkness. Above all, that strength lives in an open heart.
She must be hinting at something in here. Let's look around.
Do they still sing verses from the benedictions every Friday? That canticle was Justinia's favorite.
Yes, of course. We'd never give up the traditions of our most beloved divine.
That is lovely to hear. I stare up at the breach sometimes. It's terrifying, but beautiful in its way.
It is beautiful.
Have you seen it by sunrise?
When the sun rises through it, it splits into what looks like 1,000 suns, like a broken mirror.
Yes, spectacular, isn't it? You must be careful, Natalie. Justinia's enemies are making their move, vying for position and the Sunbirth's throne. I was in the cloister in Lothering when the Blight began. There was a lot of fear back then. No one knew what was going to happen, whether we would live or die. And then one morning, I found a single bloom on a dead rose bush. And I thought, even in the midst of all this, life finds a way. The Maker hasn't abandoned us.
Cool story, bruh.
An open heart. Well, that one's quite literal. And morbid. But Justinia always said that compassion was my greatest strength. Doubt is easy. It takes courage to trust.
What was that?
Looks like we opened something. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Good old Leliano was playing you the whole time. Didn't you realize?
They never sing the benedictions here on Fridays, Natalie. Something so simple. And you got it so wrong. I wanted to believe, but you were lying from the start. Keep that pretty mouth shut if you must, dear. You've already told me everything I need to know. The prickleweed burrs on your hem, talking about the sun rising through the breach. It all points to a single place. Morel in the Dales, Grand Cleric Victoire's bastion. She sent you, didn't she? Victoire was always an opportunist.
Who is this Grand Cleric? I've never heard of her.
An experienced cleric. She never agreed with Justinia, but kept her ideas to herself. I suppose now, with Justinia dead, she thought she could make her move.
I want to know what this Grand Cleric planned here.
She sent Natalie here to see what Justinia was hiding, no?
The Inquisition has turned Thedas away from the true Chantry. It must be stopped.
Stop us? You must be joking.
Mother Victoire is well loved by many. The Inquisition has more enemies than you know.
And Victoire thinks she can ally with them.
Good work. We know the name of our enemy. That's half the battle won.
Exactly.
Kill me then. I am not afraid to die for my beliefs. At least I still know what I believe.
This has to be done. You know it.
I see what you've become. The righteous stand before the darkness, and the Maker shall guide their...
No! This can't be it. There's nothing here.
Check again. Perhaps the box itself is a puzzle. She seemed the puzzling sort.
No, it's just an empty box. There's a message carved in the lid. The left hand should lay down her burden. She's releasing me. The divine has a long reach, but it is always her left hand that stretches out. 1,000 lies, 1,000 deaths. Her commands, but my conscience that bore the consequences.
She apologized in the Fade. She said she failed you. This is what she meant.
All this time, Justinia carried the fear that she was using me. Just like I'd been used in the past. But Marjolaine's games were trifles. Justinia gambled with the fate of nations. She needed me. No one else could have done what I did. She knows that.
Then you have to let it go. Let her go. You don't owe her anything anymore.
This? Now? After everything you've said and done? After Haven, we agreed that war requires sacrifices. Whatever it takes, you said. And my poor dear Natalie. I called her sister once, but I couldn't risk leaving her alive. Don't tell me to let it all go after all I've sacrificed to get here. Justinia tried to save me, but all it's done is made me realize I don't need saving. There is work to be done. I'll see you back at Skyhold.
No more running, Leliana. You're not slipping. It's who you are. It's who you are!
Grand Cleric Victoire is scrambling after the loss of her agent.
The latter?
Good. Her support base is in Morale. Tear it down. Grand Cleric Victoire wishes to make an enemy of the Inquisition. I'll give her what she wants. Doesn't Victoire have a young cousin? Lord Firmin? She dotes on him.
Yes, mistress. I believe that is so.
Good. have him collected. He shall be an honored guest, and make sure the Grand Cleric hears about it.
At your command.